Yeah, great point. Well said. Number 3 on our list here, the 4 pillars of hitting. By the way, again, Cassie mentioned her hitting pyramid. We're going to discuss that in long form, a topic here in 2023. But number 3, the pitcher trying to get you out. So, in other words, making adjustments, right? Having to make adjustments, having a plan, understanding what that pitcher is trying to do to you. Because that pitcher, I don't care if you're as hot as Bryce Harper, as he was, hot as he was in the postseason. I don't care what hitter you are, how hot you are at that time. You're going to get out. You're not going to go 10 for 10, 20 for 20. It's just not going to happen. That pitcher is going to get you out, and he's going to throw a really good pitch. The higher levels you go, they're going to throw you really good pitches, and they're going to be able to get you out, baseball or softball. Now it's your job to be able to make adjustments and figure out a plan of attack of how to get to that pitcher and stay hot. And that's my third pillar. It's being able to make adjustments, because knowing, of course, that the pitcher is going to get you out.
Sure. And, I think when I hear adjustments, I think of 2 separate categories. One is in-flight adjustments, which we've been talking about. Those are safety nets, right?
Yeah.
Pitch is coming in, you're not getting fooled on a changeup, whatever that might be. That's a pitch is released. It's an in-flight adjustment. You work all off season to have those in-flight adjustments. The other adjustments that we're talking about are pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat, potentially game to game. And if you watch college softball, college baseball, the pros, whatever it is, you have some hitters who struggle for an entire season, and it takes them, it's not that they're not trying, but it takes them, almost an entire season to make those types of adjustments, or it's a slew of games that they're struggling with those adjustments. I think when you see hitters who are fairly consistent, it's not that they're not failing, it's that they have this issue, or they get out, but then they don't get out 3 times in a row. They don't get out 4 times in a row. Mike Trout is making the adjustment in his 3rd and 4th at bat, where some people maybe are getting fooled and going 0 for 4, right? So I think that game IQ, the ability to sit with a coach or self-analyze what's going on and what the pitcher's trying to do and how you're going to do that is huge.
Yeah, hey, look, video is great, and I think that's the first thing you should go to and evaluate yourself. What are you doing mechanically? Is everything in line with where it needs to be? Okay, good. Next, we check our timing. Okay, check. The third thing is then, okay, let's really bear down here and figure out a really good approach and the adjustments that we have to make to get out of this slump, because everything else checks out okay, right? We look at the video. Okay, mechanics are fine, whatever. We'll work on some little thing that we need to work on. How's the timing? Okay, now we spend a bulk of our time being able to make adjustments, coming up with a plan of how to get to that pitcher and to hit that pitcher who has been dominating us and has our number as the hitter.
Sure. And you know what? I get asked all the time, hitters just seem really lost on a plan. And they have this feeling of like, well, I've experienced this moment where my mind is blank. I'm just going up there trusting myself, and it's worked. And that's fine, but we have to also accept that not every moment is going to be like that. And there's also going to be moments where you're going to need more than that. And it's similar for studying for a test. You don't want to be cramming for the test 5 minutes before you walk through the door, and then all of a sudden be trying to think of what you just wrote in your notes as you're taking the test. You want to know it, and then you're just like, oh, boom, that's the answer. So when you get into the box, we shouldn't be thinking about our plan. We should know it. If we have somebody who is crushing us on the outside part of the plate, where it's like, as a lefty, I'm standing on top of the plate, I'm trying to drive the ball into the opposite field gap, and I'm just before I have 2 strikes, I'm letting everything else go, and I'm zoning in on this side. And, maybe someone coming inside, we back off a little bit. Those are just minor things that can make such a huge difference for someone who's good. You're tipping your hat to the pitcher and saying, you're good, and you require more than me just saying, all right, I'm just going to trust my swing.